March 2nd is the day. The event is hundreds of students and young people are expected to risk arrest in an act of civil disobedience at the White House on March 2nd to pressure Obama into rejecting the Keystone XL disaster. The sit-in at the White House will be the largest act of civil disobedience by young people in the recent history of the environmental movement. The project, or the protest, excuse me, is known as XL Dissent. It's meant to send a clear signal to Obama that the base that helped elect him sees Keystone XL as a decision that will define his entire legacy. Nick Stracco, a senior at Tulane University, said, quote, Obama was the first president I voted for, and I want real climate action and a rejection of the Keystone XL pipeline. The people that voted him into office have made it absolutely clear what we want, and that's to reject Keystone XL, end quote. Allie Johnson Kurtz, who is taking a gap year from Smith College to help fight the climate crisis, said, quote, as young people, the Keystone XL pipeline assures irreversible environmental destruction. We stand in solidarity with First Nations communities and other groups on the front lines who have been fighting tar sands development for years, and we call on President Obama to reject this pipeline to prevent climate catastrophe from defining our future, end quote. Now, this protest, the XL Dissent, the march, will begin March 2nd, Georgetown University, to the White House. After a rally in Lafayette Square, hundreds of students, young people are expected to risk arrest at the White House fence. Yeah. The day before the protest, students will meet for a nonviolent direct action training and fossil fuel divestment conference. The sit-in has been endorsed by a wide range of pipeline opponents. 350.org co-founder Bill McKibben said the following, quote, as the fight to stop Keystone XL enters its final stages, it's truly inspiring to see young people at the forefront. This pipeline is scheduled to last 40 years, right through the prime of their lives. Obama needs to look them in the face, end quote. And the grandson of Robert Kennedy, who was also a youth environmentalist, Connor Kennedy, said, quote, the fight to stop Keystone XL will be one of the defining battles of our generation. A victory here will mark the close of the old carbon era and the start of the new energy revolution, our revolution. America's youth now have the chance to take up the torch and light a new fire. So March 2nd, look for the right-wing destroyers in this country, every single Republican member of the House and the Senate, and a goodly number of Democratic members of the House and the Senate, in addition to their minions out there in corporate America and their AstroTurf organizations. Look for the Koch brothers to engineer some sort of attack against these students. Look for Limbaugh to open his mouth, push aside the OxyContin, and dribble something into the ears of his brain-dead listeners. Look for Glenn Beck to get all condescending and smarmy, as he usually does, over an issue he does not understand. Glenn Beck was never young. Glenn Beck has always been 55 years old, with one foot in the grave and the other one on a banana peel. That is his favorite stance. So over the next couple of weeks prior to this march on the White House, you will be exposed to a full frontal attack. Look what Limbaugh did where it concerned the student who was advocating for the right to have birth control, included the Affordable Care Act. Look how Limbaugh attacked her parents, attacked her family, attacked her religious beliefs, attacked her personhood, attacked everything about her, because Rush Limbaugh is a filthy, slimy son of a bitch who is paid $20 million a year to do the dirty, bloody work that the brown shirts did for Hitler in Germany in the 20s and early 30s. That goes without saying. These right-wing thugs that infest radio and television, we know what they're going to say. We know what's going to be said. about this March 2nd demonstration against the Keystone XL pipeline. Most of these guys, like Limbaugh and Beck and the rest of them, don't have that much longer to live anyway. They don't care. They just want to make sure that, and the Koch brothers, they want to make sure that they have as much fun as they can. They don't care about how they leave anything to anybody. It doesn't matter to them. They know, even though they probably don't believe it. I don't think Beck really believes that when his moldy ass dies, that's the end of everything. But they have to know on some level that they are mortal, that their lifespan, while it is unknowable, is finite. And because of their age, these cretins will soon be stepping off this mortal coil. And to leave behind the kind of disaster that they're going to leave behind for these young people is a crime right up there with what Cheney and Bush have committed. So crimes against humanity, crimes against the human race, crimes against the planet. How do you respond to that? How do you react to criminality on that level? I don't know either. We tried to do it in 1946 and 47 and 48 with the judgments at Nuremberg, but apparently it just didn't take. March 2nd,